Welcome to Golden Rule Wisdom, where ancient stories illuminate our modern lives, guiding us toward success, fulfillment, and true inner peace. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, life moved at the rhythm of the seasons and the hard work of farmers. Here lived Amir, a young man of 25 years possessing a bright face and a heart filled with grand, ambitious dreams. He constantly imagined himself as the wealthiest landowner in the region, respected by all, walking through fields of pure, shimmering gold. However, the reality was starkly different, as Amir spent his precious daylight hours sleeping comfortably under the shade of old trees. While his neighbors toiled and sweated to cultivate the earth, Amir chose comfort, letting his tools gather rust and dust nearby. He was a master of words, always telling anyone who would listen about the magnificent empire he would surely build someday. But words build no castles, and his friends eventually walked away, leaving him alone with promises that vanished into the night. Every morning brought a new opportunity to start, but Amir always found a reason to stay in the warmth of bed. He would look at the rising sun and whisper his favorite mantra, telling himself that tomorrow would be the perfect day. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, while Amir simply watched the clouds pass by, waiting for luck to strike. His small plot of land remained barren and dry, a silent witness to the potential that was being wasted every single day. One afternoon, his wise uncle, known for his deep understanding of life, came to visit the young man in his home. The uncle observed his nephew resting in the hammock and saw clearly the invisible chains of laziness that were holding him back. Amir jumped up, trying to hide his idleness, and welcomed the old man, pretending he had just taken a short break. The wise uncle smiled gently and placed two small, mysterious boxes on the table, capturing Amir's full curiosity and attention. He opened the first box to reveal a magnificent golden seed that seemed to shimmer with the promise of great wealth. Then he opened the second box, showing a dark, rough seed that looked ordinary, yet carried a strange and heavy aura. "This golden seed represents ambition," the uncle explained. "It is delicate and requires constant care, water, and protection to survive. The dark seed represents laziness. It requires nothing from you. It grows in neglect, feeds on apathy, and spreads uncontrollably fast." Amir held both seeds in his hands, feeling the weight of the choice before him, promising he would master them both. He went to his garden and planted them side by side, believing that his desire for wealth would naturally overpower everything else. He covered them with earth, confident that he could handle the challenge without changing his comfortable and easy daily routine. For the first few days, Amir watered the ground, feeling proud of his small effort, thinking success was already guaranteed. But soon the sun became too hot, and Amir decided that the seeds could surely survive one day without his help. Under the soil, the dark seed of laziness seized the opportunity, pushing its roots deep and wide with terrifying speed. Meanwhile, the golden seed of ambition struggled to find moisture, its delicate roots growing weak and fragile in the dry earth. A week later, a thick, ugly weed had burst through the surface, standing tall and strong, mocking the empty space beside it. The plant of ambition had barely broken the surface, a tiny pale green shoot that looked like it might fade away. Amir saw the weed, but told himself he would pull it out tomorrow, choosing instead to return to his afternoon nap. The weed grew with ferocious speed, its broad leaves spreading out to steal the sunlight that the tiny golden plant needed. Deprived of light and nutrients, the plant of ambition began to wither, its color fading as it slowly started to die. Underground, the aggressive roots of laziness wrapped around the weak roots of ambition, choking the life out of Amir's dream. Amir continued to distract himself with fleeting pleasures, ignoring the silent battle that was destroying his future in the garden. The wise uncle returned one day and dragged Amir to the garden, forcing him to look at the consequences of neglect. The sight was shocking. The weed of laziness had become a monster, while the golden plant was nowhere to be seen. His uncle pushed aside the thick thorns to reveal the tiny dying stem of ambition, gasping for its final breath. Amir stared in horror, suddenly realizing that this garden was a perfect mirror of his own wasted and drifting life. He saw all the mornings he slept in, all the opportunities he declined, and all the excuses he had ever made. Laziness needs no planting, the uncle said sternly. It grows when you do nothing. Ambition dies when you fail to act. The weight of the truth crushed Amir, and he fell to his knees, overwhelmed by the regret of his wasted time. Tears streamed down his face as he realized that his inaction was the only thing killing the future he desired. But in that moment of deep despair, a spark ignited within him, transforming his sorrow into a fierce and burning resolve. He didn't wait for tools. He grabbed the thorny weed with his bare hands, ignoring the pain as the spikes cut him. Blood mixed with the soil. But Amir did not stop until he had ripped the parasite of laziness out by its roots. He cleared the ground frantically, removing every trace of the weed to give his dying dream a chance to breathe again. He ran to fetch fresh water, pouring it gently over the fragile stem, promising to never neglect it for another day. The next morning, Amir rose before the sun, breaking the chains of his old habits to start his work early. He worked through the heat of the day, sweat pouring down his back, refusing to rest until his tasks were complete. Slowly but surely, the golden plant responded to his care, turning green again and growing stronger with each passing day. When friends came to call him for leisure, Amir shook his head, choosing the discipline of labor over the comfort of play. His once barren field began to transform into a lush carpet of green, a living testament to his new dedication. The plant of ambition grew into a magnificent tree, bearing golden fruits that shone brighter than anything the village had seen. Amir stood before his harvest, his hands rough and calloused, but his heart filled with a pride he had never known. The villagers who once mocked him now looked upon him with deep respect, seeing a man transformed by his own will. The harvest was bountiful, bringing the wealth he had always dreamed of, but the true treasure was the character he built. The wise uncle returned to see the thriving garden, nodding with pride as he saw the lesson had truly taken root. They sat together watching the sunset over the fields, sharing a silence that spoke louder than any words could ever express. Amir became a mentor himself, teaching the village children that dreams are only seeds that require the water of action. Remember the two seeds. Laziness is a weed that grows in the dark, while ambition is a flower needing the light. Do not wait for tomorrow to chase your dreams, for tomorrow is a seductive liar that steals your potential away. You must actively pull the weeds of distraction and procrastination from your mind every single day to let your dreams grow. Embrace the pain of discipline today, or you will surely suffer the far greater and lasting pain of regret tomorrow. Amir lived the rest of his days not just as a wealthy man, but as a master of his own destiny. Ask yourself this question right now. Which seed are you watering in the garden of your life at this moment? Are you letting the weeds of comfort take over, or are you doing the hard work to nurture your greatness? The best time to plant your tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is right here, right now. Take control of your garden. Uproot the laziness. Feed your ambition. Your future self is waiting for you to begin. Thank you for watching this story on Golden Rule Wisdom. We hope it has planted a seed of change in you. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe to support our mission of spreading wisdom to the world. Don't stop here. Click on one of the videos on the screen to continue your journey of growth and self-discovery. Remember, wisdom is not just knowing what to do, it is having the courage and discipline to actually do it. This is Golden Rule Wisdom, signing off. May your harvest be plentiful and your spirit remain ever strong. Goodbye for now.